We are live. Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whoever we're watching from, across the world, wherever you are watching from. And today we are live with my special guest, Miss Annemarie. She is from Virginia, Pennsylvania, USA. I'm very glad. I've been, asking. Actually, I have requested her, when I can do the live with her. So she just same day she told me, can you just let me know whenever you are ready to do it? I said, go girl. I'm just like that. Today is my kind of, I'm super excited that you are in my show and I'm interviewing it. This is like kind of like a dreams comes true, you know. So yes,
Very,
for
very
my
true.
viewers, yes. And I would like to welcome you to my, live streaming show, Anne Marie. So welcome to my show.
Thank you so much for having me, Kaniza. Really appreciate it. And I probably should say, well, alaikum salam.
Well, you
So
oh,
thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, you know
So
now.
see, I was born and raised in Israel. So, I have like, I have a
Oh,
little bit of background.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So thank
Okay,
you
we
very
will
much for
hear that.
having me.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
that's what we're
really
getting here
appreciate it.
for. So
Yeah.
before I come to my guest, whoever watching first time, this show or me or my guest, let me introduce myself. My name is Kaniz Fatima, and by profession, I am a DevOps engineer. I work in a banking sector as an IT profession. I live in Pennsylvania, USA, as I said, with my family and two beautiful daughters. My profession career as a mother, as a wife, I have another role that I'm playing now, and I'm very glad to introduce myself as a proud digital business owner. So this is my journey is already, that I've been doing this almost close to 7 months, and I'm very successfully running this, and I'm blessed to be part of this, amazing platform. Today we will be learning from, Anne Marie. I think I was talking to her in backstage. She's been doing this 2 years now.
Yeah.
So we
Mhm.
will be learning that about like what is her, story behind, like, this is the success story, or what is the struggle that she have faced. How did she find this platform, and what makes her bring to here, like what was her profession, why she shift, or is she still doing. So all the story that we'll be here from Anne Marie. So Anne Marie, the all is yours, so please
All
introduce yourself.
right. Thank you so much for having me again. So my name is Anne Marie. I'm a mom. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm a digital business owner just like you. A proud, very digital business owner. I've been doing it for actually the past 2 years. My journey kind of started because after the pandemic, actually, or during pandemic, I was kind of started to look for other options in my life. Originally, I was born and raised in Israel to a Colombian mom and a Jamaican dad. So I always kind of was brought up to, working hard, doing your school, getting good grades, getting a good education, so you can get
Same.
a good, get a good degree and be able to provide for your family. So that was kind of like, I always saw my parents working like one, even two jobs to support of our family. And like, that was kind of my mentality. I was blessed that they were able to, I was able to go to physical therapy school, and from Israel I was able to go with my dad works at the United Nations, so I was able to transfer with him when he was transitioning here, and he offered me the opportunity to go to school in the United States, and I was like, yeah, of course I'll take this opportunity. So I went to school, end up graduate school, end up staying here, end up getting married and having two kids, working at a hospital. So I work as a physical therapist, like, like a 9 to 5. And sometimes, you have to actually commit also to a lot of weekends, because at the hospital,
Yeah.
people are always there, right? So you have to always come in and treat, or work at rehab, working in nursing homes. So I always had like a variety of jobs. So when I was living in New York, if you know, in New York is
Oh yes,
expensive,
of course, the
very
crowded
expensive.
area.
So, we're trying to like, we're paying student loans, paying rent, paying car, and trying to like look for buying a house. And we already had two kids. We're in an apartment. We're just kind of like renting. We're like, we want to break out into that from that renting mode. And, like, then like I'm kind of realizing it that I have two young kids, and first of all I'm working. Then the pandemic hit, so of course I was blessed that I can have a job because I had a lot of friends. That's another idea what I decided to kind of also go online, because like I had a lot of friends in the outpatient setting, and transitioning in the beginning, people just like, and patient just closed. people just didn't know what to do. You don't have any income because people are not going to therapy. How are you making ends meet? And that's really stressed me out. But I was like, what about like if I was like an outpatient right now, and like how would I support my family? What would I do? I have like, even the landlord is not going to say don't, if you can't pay rent, they're not going to say, oh yeah, you're fine, don't, so I was like starting to look for other option. I was like, I can work definitely every weekend. And like, I have a profession that, as I said, I'm blessed to have it because like there's always a demand, but also it's a toll on your body. It's a lot of burned out, and like, my kids are young, they needed me, and I wanted to be a little bit more at home. And that's when I kind of like look online. I was like, there's definitely have to be another way, like to do something from home, or seeing other friends, or even like my sister is like, oh, I mean, she works in a bank, so she can work from home. It's like, okay, she has the
Mhm.
opportunity of doing that, but I didn't, and I had to go to the hospital during COVID, and gowned up and everything, and then come home and ungown myself and take like million showers to make sure
I
that I'm not
know,
transmitting anything to
sanitizer,
my
this and that.
family. Um, and then it's when I came across like one of my mentors ad, and like I saw like she's like 45. It's like, okay, she's pretty young and she's already retired. I was like, what is she doing? Like, and like, so I started kind of like following up her page a little bit and kind of see, it's like this is a real thing, because you see something online, and that's was my big skeptical thing, is like, online is a lot of scams, and like I don't know what am I getting to, and like if this is true or not. So I saw that they were offering a free webinar, so I was like, okay, so I'll join the free webinar and I'll see what this is all about.
Yeah, nothing to lose.
And yeah, and I just like initially, and thinking about it, like even like years prior to that, before the pandemic, I came across that ad too, but a different person. But I was like, yeah, I don't know about it, and like they had a different story. I didn't relate, but with that person, I actually was able to relate to. It was like he was a mom, also young, and like already like being very successful, working from home, being able to starting to travel a little bit more. And I was like, that's the thing that I want to have with my kids, be more at home
Mhm.
with them,
Yeah.
be able to travel, be able to like provide, and without the need of just like being away all the time. um, so I look at the webinar and I was like, I still wasn't buying it yet. I was like, okay, all right, that's okay. And then actually end up looking for maybe like at least 3 or 4 webinars, until like somebody like in the one of the webinars was really struck into me. It was like, oh my God, that story was, like amazing, of that. Like another actually was a mom and a nurse, and like she really talked about the pandemic, which is where I was about, like, just exiting the pandemic,
So
and
you
like
relate to that webinar.
I was able to relate. And like, and that's what I'm telling sometimes the people, just like kind of keep telling the story, because you never know who you're going to relate to.
Relate to. Yep.
Everybody is different, everybody has a different story. So even though we're all working in the digital
Same
space,
platform.
everybody has something different that they can bring to the table. And then that's how I was able to relate, and I was like, okay, I'm going to like, sign up, and I paid the 149. And like, and then like I, even when I paid the 149, it actually took my time, because like I still wanted to look at all the whatever the program offers. And I
Mhm.
think I got that. I think that's one of the best thing that we have about our program, is that it's not like they're pushing you to like,
No, no.
about the program. It's like you have like the 30 days to really look into the program. And that's really what I did. I really looked into the program from A to Z. I looked at the videos over and over, and like just to kind of like learn more about it, because I feel like that's what you have to do. It's just like, if I tell you, oh, I watch a good movie, I was like, you might not like it, or maybe somebody else will. So
Mhm.
that's the same thing with our business. It's not for everyone. It's for some people who really want to truly need a change, or want to change, and want to do something different. I love it also because it's allow you the flexibility. I can still do my 9 to 5 work, but I don't have to be stressing out about, oh, I have to go over this weekend to go for another job. You know, if I do it, it's because I want to. It's not because I have to. And that's actually having the choice. That's what matters to me. Having the choice to really do what you want to do in life, and not just like to be strict into something like just your 9 to 5, or just like into one income, but have a variety of things that you can choose from.
Yeah. So
Uh,
if I Sorry, Anne-Marie.
No, no, go ahead. Yeah.
If I encounter a question about, like, say, as a physical therapist, because in the pandemic I was in the medical field. I was working
Mm-hmm.
for a multi-practitioner, ophthalmologist, podiatrist, and a women health specialist office where they have, 15 doctors, and I was the office manager that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I can relate to you. Even the medical field, like, we were always told, like, medical field, accountant, and the online space, these three people will be never lose their job,
Mm-hmm.
because there
Correct.
will be other way around, you will be find something.
There's
Even
always a
the,
demand.
yeah, it doesn't matter, like, as a you physical therapist, your job cannot replaced by the AI, you knew that. But now,
Mm-hmm.
since the situation is a different, you don't have anybody there, because the people are having fear of coming out from the home. So,
Mm-hmm.
or either you are okay to go to somebody's, you are ready to do a portable, therapist role, but if are someone ready or not, that was the
Yes.
question. But even though from that situation, why did you think, because the physical therapist is a very good profession, and we know that we have a lot of doctor, lawyer, PhD holder, a lot of high quality type of profession in this business. So I'm not demonize any other profession. I'm just saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
as we see, like, a stereotype, like, those are like a high level of profession. So if they can do it, everybody can do it. But still, as of
Mm-hmm.
that time, your opportunities was still open, even though
Correct.
you have decided to come to this platform. Why did you decide it? Like, what makes you believe that this is the something might be that I'm looking for, not the other thing?
Correct. So, even though I work as a physical therapist, during the pandemic, I kind of learned that your job is still not 100% secure. You know, I
That's
learned that, first of all, like I said, if let's say I had a physical therapy job outpatient for,
oh
even
yeah,
if I had my own business, I
the
saw a lot of
home, yeah.
friends who lost actually a lot of money because, people didn't want to come out. They had to transition really quick. Some people did, and some people like started to work on Instagram or posting and maybe doing Zooms with patients. But also it took some time. It wasn't like a learning curve like everybody else. So I just learned that, like, and also had friends who got laid off. The office just closed, so they're like, as I said, like, people were just like, okay, what am I doing now? How am I providing for my kids? How am I providing for my family? How am I paying for my student loans? And how am I paying for my car payments? So that's kind of show me that I need a plan B. I can't just rely on something that's my 9 to 5 or brick and mortar, because even though I do have a good profession, but anything can happen. And I think that's when something like the pandemic was really like an eye opening to me, because I was
Right,
like,
for everyone.
like, even though like anything can happen, as I
Work
said,
was a stop.
I
So
was lucky because I was, working at a hospital, and then the demand was there because of our patient. But it also was a very hard time for all of us, because like we also had to change our profession. Is I think that we didn't learn at school, and then we
mhm.
had to change a lot of our rules, a lot of our practices that we used to do. And sending home with people with oxygen because we didn't have any more beds, seeing people like at their end of their life, and like those were things that I was not ready, not prepared for. And even though I took an oath when I graduated, and I said, like, I'm gonna like take care of all the people, but also like it was a toll also mentally for me, physically, to see all these people that, like, I could work one day with one patient and the next patient is not there anymore because of the pandemic. So there wasn't like another also like emotional and psychological thing that I have to kind of deal with and kind of learn about it. And then coming home to my family, like nothing happened. Oh yeah, we lost this amount of people, but it's not something that I want to
You have
just
to
share right
smile.
now with my kids and stuff. So that was another thing that was kind of like a big toll for me, like mentally, and just like physically, because also like those patients had a lot, um, were very debilitated. I couldn't just go, even though we were like, trying to rehabilitate and exercise with them so we can kind of get them home, get them better. But also the patients, they were not able to do much. They were on vents. We had to flip them on their stomach so they can be able to breathe better. And just like learning all these like new techniques of, how to be able to mobilize them. That is something that I just have to kind of like, deal with and kind of learn from the beginning, or learn new things from the doctor, because sometimes even our technique that we were doing learning that before would work, now they wouldn't work. So this was another, like, for me, was a way of like saying a wake up call for me, because of mentally, physically, emotionally, that I needed to like say, okay, not that I'm getting away from healthcare, because I still like healthcare. I like helping
Still
people,
work.
but also like now I'm loving helping people in another way, helping people like transform their life, be able to like find something that they can do with more flexibility. They can do from home. They can do from while they're traveling. Something that they can be proud of, and our system is great. We have all this training that we provide for the people. Mindset, another thing for
Oh
me
yeah.
was mindset. Mindset, it took me a while, because like, like, first, the fear of going out there and just like, I wasn't able to. I actually applaud you, 7 months and you're doing all these like lives. That's awesome, because like,
Thank you.
you're really out there, and that's what you need to. And it's important to kind of share your story, share what you're doing, and share what we have to offer, because like people don't really know about this opportunity.
No, no.
So that's the only way of us providing them their
The
education.
information.
Kind of like
Yes.
check the webinar, look it up, do your due diligence, and really learn about what we have.
Yeah. So if I ask you this, after 2 years later, what will be your opinion? Of course, you are happy. I can say otherwise you would not be here today. Okay.
Mhm.
But do you ever feel like you should took this decision a little earlier than like when you did it? Do you
I
ever
wish I
regret
knew.
it?
Actually, I wish I knew about it earlier, because I feel like maybe if I would like learn about it a little bit, I was like, okay, all right, maybe it's just something that I can do. I just, maybe it just was not my time, and that's another thing. When I saw that program when I just graduated, so I wasn't like, it wasn't my mindset of like, okay, starting something online. It wasn't really big back then, and then like later on, a few more years later, now like we on the phone all the time. We're on the
Yes.
computer all the time, so it's also like another shift in our society too. That now, we order groceries online. I barely go to the mall. I
Yeah.
order
No.
most of
Nobody
my
goes.
clothes online. So I think it's also like the shift that way that kind of like also helped me kind of like, okay, pursue working online, because I see a lot of people doing it, or you see all these people on Instagram, and earning all this like amount of money. Yeah, I'm not an influencer, not for sure,
No.
but yeah, but you see the potential of what we have.
That's
And
good.
like, we're not, as I said, we're not an influencer, but we definitely our type of way of expressing ourselves with doing lives and videos and showing pictures, and basically doing like the attraction marketing. That's what we're actually teaching individuals to do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we'll be closing this soon, but the
Mhm.
before we close, I just want to hear like, for those who are first time watching, or even though, they have a like very skeptical mindset, if you want to have some very simple message for them, like what they should do, like from their end to, because we all followed the same process to join here.
Correct. We
You
all
have
have the same
webinar,
policy. We
yes,
all
sign
start
up
from zero.
149. There is
Yes.
no other path. I don't know if somebody has it, then tell me. But what we know, name and email, sign up, registration, watch the webinar. If you like it, go pay 149 for the second steps. Then was the all the blueprint videos to see which package is good for you to invest and sign up. That's it. Boom, done.
Exactly.
As I know that this is a very simple way, if still are very 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 skeptical nowadays, also because of the online platform, the scariness or scammed, which is normal. I'm not going to say this is irrelevant or if somebody is doing it. How do you want them to come out from their shell and make minimum check what is our platform and then make the decision, not just assume and hold it inside, oh it's might this, I'm not that far. So
Hmm.
how do you want to tell them to come out from your shell, just to go and explore and then take a decision?
Sure. So first of all, in a community, as I said, we all have the same training. We're individuals who are regular as everybody else. We have people from all walk of life, all of walk of religions, all color of the skin, everywhere, anything. Our business is very global, and we have a company that really been there for a while. We have a proven system that
51 years.
really shows how people has really been successful. We have people who retired when are 23 years old. We have people who are making millions of dollars a year or more. you know Show me a business that you can really have these people. You can kind of say and name them out. Oh, I have coach so and so who bought like already like maybe 2 3 houses from this business. I have people who used to work four jobs to maintain their family, and now they're financially free. you know so we have those examples in our business.
Yes.
It's a business that it's you know yeah, there is a lot of skepticism at the beginning because we don't know about it.
Yeah,
So if
that's
you don't really learn about the business, so you can't really judge because just before of what you kind of like see right away in like in the first few seconds. You have to try it. Just like you go in a restaurant, you try food for the first time. That's how you know, oh, okay, I'm liking this.
then you will
um
understand.
so yeah, it just like I know people are scared, but at the end of the day, if you don't do this for yourself, for your family to try and make a change, then if it's not coming from you, then nobody will. You can still go to do your 9 to 5. You can still go to do your job and go paycheck to paycheck. But at the end of the day, if you want to have that freedom of it being less financial stress, the freedom of maybe enjoying your kids more at home without you know dropping it off at daycare all the time, or maybe having the ability of taking your family for more vacation, and you're just like worried about, oh my god, do I have enough PTO? My kids are sick, do I have enough PTO to be home? All these like questions that you have to really really want the change, and we also want people who are really interested and really wants to. That's another thing. Yeah, you can see the free webinar, that's free, but also we really want to find the people who are really truly want to make the change, because those are the people who are going to be committed, who are going to be wanting to join a community that's really very supportive. We have mentors, coaches that actually guide you to the program step by step. And this is
Mhm.
what I like the most, because I didn't have any business background experience. Yes, I know how to use my phone and my laptop, but still, we have people who are 60s or above. Actually, 60s is
I
pretty
don't know.
young,
Yeah.
who just like didn't have any like Facebook page or anything like that, and now they're like very successful and just like
Yeah.
very simple, just following our steps. So, like sometimes we put ourselves as a barrier, the fear, but I want you to kind of let the fear out and lead with faith and really see what we have to offer, because we have a system that really provides a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anne Marie. It's really
Mhm.
nice. You very well, explained to all of them, like, whoever watching and who will be watching reply, later on. But I hope you find today's session is very informative from, Anne Marie, what she have shared her journey, that where she came from, like how did she become to part of this digital business platform, even though she have a very well paid job, and still she's doing the job, and then she's doing this business as well. So if this business was not a proven, and why she would be show in my life, tell me one thing, like why
Yeah.
she would be showing into my life, who is she? Am I a relative to her? Nobody to her. She doesn't know me, I don't know her. We know each other from our business platform. So this is a global platform. That's how we connect to each other, that's how we help each other, that's how we grow together. This is what is the reality, and that's what we telling in our ads, or this is what we promote actually. That's nothing else. We don't promote any product, any company, nothing.
Hmm.
We promote what we do. So
Exactly.
yeah, so hope this session makes very informative to you all. If you have any question or concern that you want to address, or you want to know more about, we have, like, Anne Marie's website address here, my website address also, as well as, and any of the digital business platform owner, whoever in approach to you, or you are feel connected to them, just please go ahead and reach out to them, and they will be able to help you, answer all the question they have. Because our business is a very simple process business. There is a nothing under table hide and seek. We are very transparent. It's a very simple business, so nobody will be telling what I'm telling. The Anne-Marie will be tell different. No, because we all follow the same guidance, same process, same rules and regulation under the same umbrella. So there is a no way I will be telling one side, she will be telling no. You're not going to find that differentiation between mine and her. So I will not make this longer. So thank you so much, Anne-Marie, again to come and give your precious times to my viewers and others viewers that who are watching and your viewers as well. And we will talk to you soon. And
Thank you.
viewers, I
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And good luck. You're doing a wonderful job. And to all the viewers, reach out to Kenzie. She's wonderful. Kenzie?
Kaniz.
Kaniz, sorry. Reach out to Kaniz. She's wonderful. And I know that she will guide you to success very
Thank you so
soon.
much, Anne-Marie. It's
Yes.
a lot. It means a lot. So, viewers, today we will be ending here. Thank you so much for watching us, and I will be coming with the new guest with the new session sometime, next time. So, till then, goodbye. Take care of yourself and have fun.
Have a good night.
Good
Bye
night.
bye.